The Philadelphia Medical Examiner's Office has just told Action News that Kada Scott's cause of death has now been ruled a gunshot wound to the head. The suspect,
didn't I tell y'all?
Keon King, was charged with murder yesterday. He is facing numerous other charges as well. 23-year-old Kada Scott's body was found on Saturday in East Mount Airy. She disappeared back on October 4th. Of course, this is a story that we continue to follow closely. Look for more updates right here on air and on 6abc.com. Beginning
on the court documents, thanks to our news partners at KYW News Radio. And in it, there are more details about Kada Scott's final text messages, as well as phone calls and descriptions of surveillance video showing activity where Kada's body was found over the weekend. Now, we know that Kada Scott was last seen around October 4th, around 10 p.m. A co-worker said that Scott was upset and then walked out to a dark-colored SUV and left. Now, on the morning of October 4th, the day she was last seen, Kada texted, quote, "Kidnap me again," to which the suspect, Keon King, replied, "Better be up too." And that was followed by plans to meet later that night. And the last exchange said, "CM when you hear." That's slang for call me when you're here. Now, there were 12 calls from Scott's phone between the period of an hour. Now, after 10:24 p.m., there was no more contact with the cell phone. Documents show that Kada Scott went missing under suspicious circumstances, and that the devices that were used to contact her were operated by Keon King, the suspect here. Now, phone data and video show that his movement, along with Kada's last known locations, were all in that same span of time. Now, the day after she went missing, October 5th, at around 11:30 p.m., a car pulls into a parking lot by the Aubrey Rec Center. That's consistent with the Camry that was driven by Keon King. At least two people get out of the car and stay for about 4.5 hours. Then the two men come out of the playground area, approach King's car, and remove a heavy object consistent with that of a human body out of the passenger side door. So they carry this heavy object toward the playground and in the area where Kada Scott's remains were eventually found. And then 4:25 a.m., the two men get back into King's car for a little bit, then they get out and walk off camera. So then we fast forward to this past weekend. Following an anonymous tip, detectives went to the vacant Ada Lewis Middle School. That's where they found the freshly disturbed soil. And after digging, they found the human remains of a female. This was confirmed to be Kada Scott, according to the medical examiner. So I know I just unveiled a lot of information here. This is a very long affidavit of probable cause here, but these new details just into the news. We've got our hands on the court documents, thanks to our news partners at KYW.
Did you hear? Woo, honey, let me tell you, he took that pew-pew and went to her head, okay? Breaking news, they are telling us everything now, and I got so much to tell you guys about Kada Scott, so I need you guys to sit down and listen, okay? Woo, girl. Then we got to talk about the text messages. Yes, the text message. So you guys know she died October the 4th. That is a Saturday, okay? Saturday, just 20 minutes in her shift. She left her workplace within 20 minutes. She went out to this car, okay? And that was Keon King in a stolen vehicle, ready to set out his plan, because he already planned to take her out, because he stole that car yet the other day to do all this, right? So once she got in that car, they said within 20 minutes she was dead. He piled her in the head, and also I heard he sliced her and choked her as well, okay? But I believe that hit in the head was the last blow. I believe it went from choking, because he loves to choke. All his other victims he be choking out. Then it went to slicing. Then it went to pow in the head, okay? In that order. Then he went up to the school, and they said they have camera footage of him and another body. A lot of people believe it was that damn Gabby. Ooh, it was that Gabby. And yeah, that's the video footage they saw. So I got news report. It's gonna show all the receipts. And guess what? I was over there at Criminal Villains YouTube channel. Y'all have to go to Criminal Villains YouTube channel out. Neighbors called in, and Kada Scott neighbors, and they said, this girl, she said, yes. 4 months ago, she seen Kada Scott and Gabby and Keon King and 2 other black men at that, I believe, gas station they be at hanging out with. Yeah. And she said she believed that Kada Scott didn't want to deal with him no more. And that was 4 months ago, okay? And since then, he's been stalking and trying to get a hold of her. Now, let's talk about the text messages early that morning. So Saturday morning, early that morning, they said that she sent out a text message to an unlinked number. So they ain't said Keon King, but it might have been his number. But you know how he got so many numbers. He's a drug dealer, for God's sakes, and he's a criminal. He's a scammer. He's a kidnapper. He's a thief. He's a liar. Damon, roaming the earth to see who he can kill, steal, and destroy. And didn't that just what he did? Stealing cars, killing bodies, okay, and destroying lives, destroying people. That is what he does, selling out them goddamn drugs. And guess what? He doing all this, girl, and his father is a police officer, a detective. You damn nut. See, I blame the daddy too. I want that police officer out here too, because that police officer, detective, he knew his son was a demonic. He knew his son was out here kidnapping because he had a case early that year. People are saying he paid that other person to shut up. And guess who the other people are? His baby mamas, his girlfriends, okay? He got a sick, twisted, emotional attachment to people. And when you reject him, girl, it's demon time. I heard one of his victims, he got in one of the baby mamas, and ex-girlfriends, once she got in the car, he was biting all on her face like a goddamn canine dog, girl. Something up with him. And they said they believe that he was on them drugs when he was doing all this nefarious shit. Ain't no excuse, though. That's what he does to give his ass the confidence to do what he want to do. Yeah. So, honey, we got to talk about all of this. And let me tell you, once they got camera footage of him and another body, people believe it was that girl Gabby. You say, who is Gabby? Gabby is Kada Scott neighbor girl. Yes, that's the neighbor. They all be up in this neighborhood in Philly, girl. And Gabby and Dee, they're two women, okay? And they're close friends with a drug dealer named Keon King, which is the killer, kidnapper, drug dealer. And his father is a damn detective, okay? Yes, ain't that crazy? So they all in cahoots. But Dee, she came out with it, honey. She said, nah, this ain't right. This ain't right, Gabby. You knew he was on that demon time. You knew that. So Dee and Gabby, they done fell out, girl, all on this internet. That's why Gabby had to come on the internet to explain her side of the story, which was a goddamn lie. But she didn't come out to really have any sympathy or love for Kada Scott. No, she ain't give a fuck about Kada Scott. She came out to defend herself because she's a selfish motherfucker. Okay? When she came out and spoke, Gabby, she wasn't like, oh my God, he is so sick. I can't believe that motherfucker was around me doing all this nefarious shit. He deceived the fuck out of me. I thought he was on some cool shit. Nah, hell no. You know, she was cool as a motherfucking cow. I believe she's on drugs too. They all on motherfucking drugs. So girl, sit back, relax. I got the video footage. We gonna have to talk about everything. And a lot of people saying, why? I want to know that too. Because she rejected him, girl, over 4 months ago. And that man been stalking her since. And the whole stalking thing, 4 months ago, she said that it was somebody that kept on stalking her these past, in the past. But they didn't know who it was, because just like Keon King, a liar, a killer, a scammer, he's out here probably texting her from different random numbers saying different shit. She don't know who it is. I don't know why she ain't. I guess she didn't do it to piece it together. And you know why? Because these other women that Keon King was with, his other victims, y'all ain't speaking out. It's a lot of y'all. It's a lot of what? He a hoe. Why ain't other women that y'all been dealing with Keon King, the baby mamas, I'm calling y'all out, the girlfriends, I'm calling y'all out, and everybody that laid on their back to get some Keon King ding-a-ling, y'all need to speak out on this shit. And that's why, because girls ain't speaking out. They ain't exposing the motherfuckers. And so he goes to and fro seeking who he gonna devour, because the other girls, they don't know shit. And Gabby know all this shit. She ain't warned that girl. She ain't said, girl, I wouldn't fuck with him. No. She was like, yeah, get it, because she on that damn time too. She loves it. So, honey, I don't know if he hook her up for free with drugs, but anyway, I also wanted to tell you guys this about the car burning up. I believe he shot her inside that car. Remember, once she left that place where she worked, within 20 minutes, she was dead. And that's why they burned the car. They said the next day, honey, he burned that car that he stole. Then somebody randomly calls and say, hey, it's a car, it's been burnt up, you need to take it out. So they take the car out to the impound and crush it and destroy it. And people said, well, can you get some pipe? They said, no, they ain't get no evidence, nothing from that damn car, because it was all set up. So whoever is doing all this, they know exactly what they're doing. And let me tell y'all about the text message in the morning. So the text message in the morning, everybody like, what the fuck was that? Because I was like, what? Kidnapping? And a text message, it says, can you kidnap me again? Now remember, this phone that she's texting is not linked to Keon King number. It's some number, right? So I asked the neighbor, I said, girl, what's that about? She said, let me tell you, Philadelphia people, they got their own language. They said kidnap, girls and guys say that, but they're meaning like come pick me up, not literally kidnap. Philadelphia people got their own damn language. I said, damn, that's a coincidence. She telling a motherfucker to kidnap, and she actually got kidnapped. So she believes that Gabby made sure she saw Kada Scott that morning, because remember, it was all a plan. That's why he stole the car the day before, to plan all this scheme. And he had other people helping him plan out to kill Kada Scott. Okay, it was a 2 or 3 people, I believe. So they believe that Gabby bumped into Kada Scott. They know she always walking that damn dog. And they say, damn girl, I left my phone. Can I use your phone real quick? So Gabby then took the phone and she's texting Keon King blankety blank number talking about some, can you kidnap me again? And I guess the Keon King like, yeah, she got that bitch phone now. So I'm going to reply, come see us, something like that, right? So that's what they believe that happened. And they said that that's how people do it all the time. And people do scams like that too. Can I see your phone? I left my phone. I need to text somebody. It's emergency, girl. Especially if somebody that you know around the block, you ain't going to think nothing of it. You're like, okay, you need to use my phone. You know, let me close out my Cash App, because I know y'all taking money off people Cash Apps too. But yeah, girl, so that's what they believe. They believe that Kada Scott did not text Keon King. She was over him. She was done with him. That was like 4 months ago. Okay. Yeah, girl. So she believes that once Kada Scott was, at work, he done pulled up, girl, in a stolen car, right? So she believes that she saw his face and was like, what the hell's going on here? And came out to confront him like, what are you doing on my job? And when she came to confront him, he pulled out that gun. Get your ass in the car. I'll blow your ass out here right now in front of everybody. Get in the car, Kada. And they said she ain't had no truth. She got in the car. And she was trying to plead with him, please, you don't got to do it. It's not that serious or whatever. And he wasn't taking no for an answer because it was already playing emotion, girl. That's what she believed. So let's hear the news.